Something new and always something for everyone.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Wednesday, April 17th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. Job losses and early retirement offers for staff at Butterfield today, while the bank also announced its banking center and drive-through teller services at Rose Bank are closed for good. Rose Bank's banking center and its drive-through teller services on Bermudiana Road are no more. Customers were left puzzled and somewhat inconvenienced at the surprise notice posted on the front doors.
This morning, you pay my credit cards. We'll do tomorrow. I haven't seen any notice, except for right there. How long has it been? Do you know?
This morning.
Just this morning? They just put it up this morning? Why? Do you know?
Well, they've made redundancies and given early retirement packages to staff, so this branch is closed today.
It's convenient for me right here. Now I have to go over there and find a parking spot. I don't feel like it today.
The company sent out a press release announcing the news around 8:30 this morning, and the Bermuda Stock Exchange followed suit shortly thereafter. Not only were customers surprised by the center's closure, according to Butterfield, 11 positions were made redundant across 2 departments, and 30 employees locally have accepted early retirement packages. The bank did not indicate which departments have been affected under the new streamlining measures. However, as retiring employees leave over the next several months, their responsibilities will be reallocated within the existing operations locally and internationally to help overall efficiency. According to the bank, the move is based on customers changing behavior, switching from in-person services to online banking, resulting in a substantial reduction in the volume of in-branch transactions. So as you can see here, drive-through banking services also closed this morning. The banking center at Rose Bank is closed to customers as well as staff with redundancies, as well as many taking early retirement. Now, the bank itself will stay open. However, person-to-person services, in-branch services will be closed as of today. Now, many customers speaking with us, many also of older age, saying that this is just the beginning of what's to come across all of Bermuda's banking services. Managing Director Michael Neff further explained in a press release, quote, "We have seen in-branch volumes drop by over 50% during the last decade. There is no longer enough volume to justify the continued operation of 2 full-service banking centers in Hamilton, and we have therefore made the decision to discontinue in-person services at Rose Bank. This will mean customers still wishing to make transactions in person will have to visit the Reed Street, St. George's or Somerset branches." Michael Collins, Butterfield's chairman and chief executive officer, said, "Following the release of our 2018 earnings, we advised the market that we would be streamlining operations to take better advantage grew in order to meet the demands of the international business sector." Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News. And it was a less than impressed Premier David Burt who sat down with Gary Moreno to talk about this morning's announcement from Butterfield. While empathizing with the workers who've been impacted by the streamlining exercise, the Premier was uncompromising in his comments about the bank's actions.
First of all, Premier, thank you very, very much for granting us this interview. We want to get from you, though, at the outset, some of your initial reaction to what you heard from Butterfield today.
My reaction is certainly one of sadness for those persons who will find themselves without a job in the circumstances for which it happened. I understand that persons showed up to the Rose Bank Center today with no prior knowledge and were not basically allowed into the building and then were separated from the company. And I think from that perspective, I don't think that's in keeping with how you treat employees that have been through the company through thick and thin. We should remember that Butterfield was at its lowest point, was saved by the government of Bermuda and the people of Bermuda, and we supported that bank through its recovery. And now that it's at its best of times, reporting record profits, increasing mortgage rates and fees upon Bermudian consumers, to find that it would treat its staff in this manner and take this action is disappointing. And I think from the government's perspective, it brings into stark reality the reason why we've put so much focus on economic diversification and so much focus on attracting new banking partners to the country, so that those individuals who will not have a job at Butterfield may have a job at an alternate banking environment or a new bank or other banking options going forward. So it's disappointing overall. I feel for the families. I've directed the Minister of Workforce Development, who is off island, so the acting minister, to make sure that there is everything in place for these particular employees, and we're going to provide them the assistance of which they can. These persons have bills, they most likely have families, they have responsibilities, and the government needs to be there for them, just like the government was there for Butterfield in 2009.
Premier, but the bank says, and let me read for you here, that this move is in keeping with its multifaceted streamlining initiative that reflects the changing banking environment and positions Butterfield for improved operating efficiency.
I can see that all companies would want to be more streamlined, just as the government would want to be more streamlined, but I think there's a way in doing things. And I think that in what seemingly the reports that have come to me, the seemingly surprise nature of this, I don't think is in keeping with good corporate citizenship. I think that it's particularly a challenge, especially when we look at the environment in which Butterfield is in. It's not as if Butterfield is losing money. Butterfield is reporting record profits. Butterfield is increasing mortgage rates on Bermudians. Butterfield is increasing their fees. And now we're seeing this. So I think that in everything there is a balance. And so the government will advance its efforts and speed its efforts to ensure that we have diversification in Bermuda's banking sector, so those persons who are no longer working with Butterfield may have hope for working at an alternate bank.
Is it that government had no prior notice that this was about to take place?
We certainly were notified late last evening by official communication, and there was conversation this morning with the head of the bank itself, just to get some clarity around the particular circumstances. But it was rather surprising to find out that the announcement was timed at the same point in time where people who last night left expecting to return to work today were not, and the Rosebank Banking Center was closed with immediate effect. So I think that's kind of shocking. But as I said, the government will be there to support those persons who are separated. The ministry, the Department of Workforce Development will reach out, certainly to Butterfield and to those particular employees, and provide them the assistance which is necessary.
Please stay tuned. We'll be back with the latest on the Tatum student relocation saga, plus your AccuWeather forecast right after this short break.
Are you a drone operator? Did you know there are now 3 no-fly zones in Bermuda? These include LF Wade International Airport, Police Headquarters in Prospect, and Westgate Correctional Facility. These no-fly zones have been created for everyone's safety and security. Any person who breaks these laws commits a punishable offense and may be prosecuted. Find out more at bcaa.bm.
Purdue, fresh value chicken thighs with drumsticks, $1.99 per pound. Golden ripe pineapples, just $4.99 each, saving $3. Tide 2X laundry detergent, only $24.99 for a 92-ounce bottle. You save $2.06. ShopRite shredded cheese, just $2.99 for an 8-ounce package. Matchlight charcoal, only $7.99 for a 3.1-pound bag. You save $3.06. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
4K ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Wednesday, the 24th of April, Michael Ramsden returns to Bermuda, accompanied by fellow Christian apologists Alicia Wood and Vince Vitale, also of the Ravi Zacharias International Ministries. Once again, we tackle the mysteries and misconceptions arising from the Christian worldview. Has Christianity failed? Where is God in suffering? And why believe in fairy tales? Plan to attend this fascinating forum at the Mid-Ocean Amphitheater on the 24th of April at 7:30.
Free tickets at ptix.bm.
Thanks for staying with us. Parents of students who attend Tatum Middle School have contacted our newsroom to express concern that their children are being relocated to schools in areas where their well-being could be threatened. As we reported previously, the relocation plan starting today involved more than 100 students from Tatum reporting to Sands Middle School, 60 to Whitney Institute, and 7 to Delwood Middle School. We brought these concerns to the attention of Education Minister Diallo Rabane, who indicated he was aware of them and gave the assurance that measures are in place to avoid any untoward situations.
Well, Gary, what I can say is that security at the schools will remain the same as if it was at any other school. The security guards that were at Tatum are actually going to be redeployed to the various schools that the students are going to as well. But what I want to encourage parents to really understand is that safety of our children is of paramount importance. This is one of the reasons why we're moving them away from Tatum once we discover the health issues that are up there, and we're going to do everything within our power to ensure that the transition is smooth, the transition is safe for the children, and that the children are able to get back to what it is they're actually in school for, and that is learning. I want to reassure the parents who may have those fears of any sort of safety issues that the Department of Education will do everything within its power to ensure that our students are safe within the schools that they attend. I also just wanted to say I just came out of a meeting with the PTSA president, the principal of the school, the acting deputy principal of the school, and the health and safety coordinator, so we can discuss the health and safety report that was submitted and which I issued them with copies of, and which will eventually be sent to the teachers and the parents as well. And one of the things that we did talk about was how well they felt the children were adjusting in the various schools. So it really did warm my heart to hear the PTSA president actually say that he visited all of the schools except Delwood, and he can attest that the children are settling in and they're doing quite fine in the different locations now.
Now let's go to the AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and as we take a look at what's going on the big picture right now, we had a frontal boundary move through the area. At this point, it is now to our south, and we did see a bit of rain with the latest disturbance that moved through the island. We'll be showing you those rainfall amounts, and we'll be letting you know if there's any additional rain on the way. You can see at least right now, taking a closer inspection as to what's going on across the island, really not a whole lot. We will allow for a spotty shower as we head into tomorrow, but besides that, looks like we're finally going to have some drier weather on the way. Looking at the numbers, I always like to show you this every once in a while. Yesterday's rainfall just over a ½ of an inch here. So far this April, it really hasn't been that bad. We had a lot more rain in the month of March. So far this April, close to 1.25 inches. Year-to-date rainfall, 22 inches. Our typical normal year-to-date rainfall is over 16.5 inches. So you can still see that we are running well above normal for rainfall so far this year. And as I mentioned, a few more spotty showers, which we'll be talking about in just a couple of moments. Temperatures right now, we are sitting steady in the upper 60s here. Humidity right around 60%, a light wind. Water temperature currently at 72 degrees. No issues out on the water. Waves inside the reef running between 1 and 3 feet, and outside of the reef between 4 and 7 feet. As far as marine concerns, it's really not going to be all that choppy out there. I usually like to post the warnings up here, but we don't have any right now. So your tidal times right here, high tide coming in just before 8 o'clock tonight, and then low tide coming in after 2 a.m. on your Thursday. So overnight tonight, a pretty quiet one here, 62 degrees under partly cloudy skies. We could see a stray shower into the forecast tomorrow, but besides that, I think most of the day stays nice and dry with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 62. So here's a look at futurecasts as we head into the next couple of days. We have high pressure that's starting to build in. So overall, the weather is looking fairly tranquil here. And then we will be looking at our next opportunity for rain still several days out. And ahead of that, you can see winds will start to come in out of the south, and that's going to drive our temperatures to be again, on the warmer side here, so something to look forward to. Now, looking at some of the current conditions right now in Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad, you'll find temperatures in the low to mid 80s, couple of showers, and also some clouds around as well. If you're here on vacation and maybe you're heading back home, you're doing some traveling, the Gateway forecast here, some showers in New York City tomorrow, Boston, same goes for you. Miami, Florida, a nice and warm day with temperatures in the upper 80s tomorrow. Here's a look at the extended forecast. Again, a spotty shower or two, breezy conditions on Thursday, but then the weather's looking very nice up through the weekend here. Sunday night into Monday, though, we will watch for our next disturbance that could bring a little rain.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition. And as I came down the water slide, I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool. And I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with a reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
The Bermuda Tourism Authority has enhanced its Visitor Services Center in St. George with a new location and new technology. The Visitor Center has moved from the town square to a more central location opposite the old St. George Police Station. In opening the location on Monday, Tourism and Transport Minister Zane De Silva said one of the biggest challenges that St. George's has faced is how to share the wealth of information and activities in and about the town with visitors. Jakai Franks, the manager of operations of all the BTA's visitor services centers, gave our Try Trot a tour.
You've moved locations from the last one in the square. What's the main difference between the one in the square and this center?
Sure. So the one in the square was previously owned by one of our contractors for the Visitor Service Center. This is the fully branded BTA, Bermuda Visitor Service Center location. It goes in correspondence with our brand guidelines. As you can see, it has the Bermuda colors around, and also it offers booking experiences as well as, you can see, local experiences on our televisions, and of course some of our official Bermuda merchandise.
Was it the case that previously visitors to St. George's struggled to learn about what's on offer in terms of things to do?
Sure. So now, as you know, we are located closer to the bus station, and with our year-round National Tourism Plan pillar, we are looking to attract visitors to the island all year round. So with this location here, we're closer to the bus terminal, and we are actually able to get visitors as soon as they come into St. George's and give them information before they get out and go. So we got much more foot traffic in here now, and we're able to give visitors information before they actually get to the square or get to any attractions around St. George's.
We've heard about these touchscreen kiosks here. How do they work, and why are they so helpful?
Sure. So the touchscreen kiosks here in the Visitor Service Center, they're used either for information or they're used for booking of activities. We have different tour aggregates on there, such as tour centers. We also have PTICs, so it's different tour aggregates. And the reason why they're so amazing is because you can either book a tour to go on a public tour, you can book a private tour or something more curated, or you can book something like a locals on the PTICs and go to a show that locals will be at as well.
Now, it's correct that you saw an improvement in satisfaction since opening the Dockyard Visitor Information Center.
Yes, so we have seen visitor satisfaction go up, especially with cruise ship passengers in the Dockyard Center. We actually do transport sales there, as well as retail, and we give information. So we've seen visitor satisfaction go up because we have a consultative service approach to service, and we are just trying to, understand what their needs are first before we're going out and recommending. So pretty much making curated itineraries specifically for our visitors' needs.
Is it correct that The official opening for this center was Monday?
That is correct.
All right, so you're in early days here.
Yes, we are in early days.
Early days, and what's the feedback been thus far this week?
Yes, the feedback this week has been amazing. As you stated, everyone smells the new paint and this it's nice, airy space. People do love the information, and of course, they love the our friendly staff that always greet them with the welcome to Bermuda.
And still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, come out for an evening of old school soul.
My Bermuda friends, I am Otis Redding III. Thursday, April 18th, the night before Good Friday, come for an evening with me at the Earl Cameron Theater in City Hall.
Backed by the one and only Wall Street Band. April 18th, enjoy songstress Olivia Hamilton, soul singer Vance Goder, and Otis Redding III on the City Hall stage, performing some of your favorites. Thursday, April 18th. Reserve your seat now on ptix.bm and join us for an unforgettable night.
Ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Now, Earl Basin brings you your latest sports report.
Daniel Phillips continued his march in the Rafa Nadal tennis tournament going on in Barcelona, Spain. In his second-round main draw match, Phillips would once again come good as he defeated Daniil Mischanin in straight sets 6-1, 6-1. Meanwhile, the Bermuda Breeze Championships, which is a USTA Category 2 tournament, continued at the Coral Beach and Tennis Club. Day 2 of the tournament that sees players aged 40 and over compete had activity most of the day. In men's 70s doubles consolation quarterfinal round, Michael Keys and Robert Stewart defeated Leslie Crane and James Watlington 6-2, 4-6, 1-love. In men's 70 singles final round, Gary Sheftaz defeated Kareem Fawaz 6-4, 6-2. In women's 40s doubles quarterfinal action, Alexander Watlington and Maggie Eager defeated Trina Burns and Edith Conyers 6-4, 7-5. The Mont Marshal has announced that he will defend his Bermuda Day Half Marathon Derby title this year. Marshall explains why this race is so special.
For me, hands down, it's the 110th time they run it. I want to say it's probably one of the longest run events in the world. Like, you talk about events surviving through, the times. This is one of them. And for me, defending my title was everything. I set out to last year after winning it. It'd be great to come out from the East just to, I was glad that they did change it in 2015 so that, just like cup matches is coming from the East and West alternate. And it presents itself with different challenges, both routes. I personally think that it's slightly easier from the East because it's less inclines. It's about the same amount of hills, but I feel less inclines. And if you look at overall the times, everyone's times seem to be marginally faster from these. So I'm excited to defend my title this year.
Dowie Rollins helped Sussex Seconds defeat Hampshire Seconds in a second 11 one-day friendly at the Aegis Bowl. Hampshire batted first and were bowled out for 161. Ian Holland was their top scorer with 54 before Rollins had him caught. Joe Sorrow was the pick of the Sussex bowlers, returning figures of 6 overs, no maidens, 5 for 27, with Rollins finishing with 6 overs, 2 for 34. In reply, Sussex scored 164 for 2 to win by 8 wickets. Luke Wright was their top scorer with 86 not out, while Rollins was 8 not out after facing 7 balls in a 7-minute stay at the crease when the score was crossed. Jair Mitchell continued competing for Team Holeshot Motorsports on the Canadian AX circuit. The professional second-round division took place in Calgary. In the Abbotsford AX division, Mitchell finished 5th overall with a 3rd-place finish in the first moto before crossing the line 5th in the second moto. In the Calgary Arena Cross 250cc division, Mitchell finished 4th. He finished 2nd in the first moto and then 4th in the second moto. Elijah Daly warmed up for the Crifter Swimming Championships with a 3 record broken, 7 personal bests, 3 gold, 3 silver, and a bronze medal performance during the MAC April Invitational Swim Meet in Canada. Daly first broke the Bermuda 11-12 boys long course 200-meter butterfly record when he touched the water in a gold medal time of 2:23.65. That time would break his own record time of 2:32.24. Daly captured another gold medal, this time in the 11-12 boys 200-meter long course individual medley when he was clocked at 2:27 flat. That time broke Sam Williamson's time of 2:33.74. Gold medal number 3 would come during the 11-12 boys 100-meter long course butterfly when he was clocked at 1:06.70. Record number 3 came during the 11-12 boys 200-meter backstroke with a silver medal performance when he was clocked across the line on a time of 2:31.23, and this broke his own time of 2:32.42. Jillian Teixeira and Tyler Lopes began competing on week 1 of the Centaur Park International Horse Jumping Easter Tour event in Belgium. On day 1, Teixeira competed in 2 classes while Lopes took to the ring for 1 event. In the 1.20-meter 6-year-old in 2 phases class, Teixeira and Chakola finished 26th. The pair clocked a first phase time of 37.88, but they had 4 penalty fault points. They then clocked a second phase clear round time of 34.86. Lopes riding Hamlet D. Quintero finished 42nd competing in the 1.30-meter qualification Grand Prix in 2 phases class. They clocked a first phase time of 35.61, but they also had 4 penalty fault points, and then they had a second phase clear round time of 35.39. During the 1.40-meter in 2 phases class, Teixeira and Iluna D. Quintero finished 6th. The pair clocked a clear first phase time of 37.32, then they clocked a clear second phase time of 30.56. Bermuda's men's national bowling team headed out this weekend for the men's Pan American Championships in Lima, Peru. The event will be the last qualifying tournament that determines which countries get to participate in this summer's Pan American Games. Making up the Bermuda team include Dennis Joel, Damian Matthews, Akeem Tolbert, Lamar Richardson, David Maycock, and Blake Rayner. The Bermuda team will be up against national men's teams throughout North America, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America, which will determine which countries get to compete later this summer. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
You can count on us.
Yukon Gold potatoes, $4.99 for a 5-pound bag. Don't forget your codfish for your fish cakes, only $5.99 for a 16-ounce package. Great for Easter Sunday and stovetop stuffing, just $3.29 for a 6-ounce box. Trappy's Sugary Sam Sweet Potatoes, only $1.99 for a 15-ounce tin. Robin Hood bread and roll mix for your Easter baking, just $3.69 for a 3-pound bag. Have a safe Good Friday and a happy Easter from the marketplace.
You can count on us.
My eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake.
Over time, your mattress goes through a lot. That's why at Dreams, our experts recommend you replace your mattress every 8 years for a better night's sleep. Replace every 8 years and sleep better with Dreams.
For the world we're gonna make.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. Now that's what dreams are made of.
Let's Talk is back. The TV talk show hosted by Gary Marino airs live at 8 p.m. on Mondays. Real conversations with key figures in public life, going beyond the sound bites to explore and contextualize current affairs. And there's lots to talk about: jobs, tax reform, our changing economy, education, crime, and the environment. Discussing the issues that matter in depth and with personality. A new studio, a new look for a new season. That's Let's Talk. Live Mondays at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9 and repeated at 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m.
And that's all from us this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.